Yeah, I mean, I'm 11-0 with 6 knockouts. I mean, anyone can say this, but when I look at some of my other fights that did go the distance, a lot of them shouldn't have. I broke my hand in 2 of them. Yeah, so I'm heavy-handed, but I am a boxer. You know, counter-punching is my thing. A lot of the fighters that I watch, they're counter-punchers, but I got very heavy hands at the same time, so it's kind of a blessing. At the same time, we're all in the same boat. Me and the 7 other fighters, like, obviously no one's got a promotional contract. A lot of guys have had less fights than me. We're all small hall, really. No one's got promotion to do it anywhere else. So I don't think it puts any more pressure on me than anybody else, really. But everybody wants to win. There's no,
that's what I mean.
You know, stay busy, stay ready fight. Everyone wants to win. So everyone's just as hungry as each other. So that's what it's going to be, you know, so good for the fans at home tuning in.
Yeah, just don't move. Because you know what, boxers just can't keep still. They're always like this.
Especially in this environment.
Yeah.
Well,
is that what it is?
Probably. Yeah,
okay. All right then. October Red Boxing here with the lovely Ellis Zorro, cruiserweight, who fights. What's his first name? It's
Jay Farrell. Yeah, Jay Farrell. He's had 11 fights, 9 wins, 2 losses and 5 knockouts. So I've had 11 fights, 11 wins, 6 knockouts. So we're the most experienced in the competition, and yeah, it's a good fight.
Are you quarter 1?
Yeah. I'm the first out. Yeah.
How does that feel to be the first out in the tournament? Because like you said, it's almost like do or die, because it's like the first one out.
Yeah, in a way, but either way, you know, I fought first on shows, I fought last, I fought in the middle, so it is what it is. I'm not too interested in that. I'm just ready to get in there and do a job.
Talk about preparation then. How did you decide and how did you enter? Sort of like kind of like a raffle to get involved in this. Obviously we know what's on the line, but what did you have to do to enter?
I feel like when they posted it up that they was going to do it, Sky, I got all my guys on Instagram to like flood the messages with my name and my @ on Instagram. Then someone from Boxer contacted my manager Martin Bowers, and it just went from there. Yeah, just went from there.
Yes, Martin Bowers, a name that we all know in boxing. So you must be one of those knockout concussive punchers then, because that's that reputation of that gym.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 11-0 with 6 knockouts. I mean, anyone can say this, but when I look at some of my other fights that did go the distance, a lot of them shouldn't have. I broke my hand in 2 of them. Yeah, so I'm heavy-handed, but I am a boxer. You know, I'm not reckless. I don't look for the knockout. I'm a counter-puncher boxer, and that's how it comes about. Yeah.
So I call the counter punchers, they're like spiteful. It's almost like a reaction to being hit. We like to see that in boxing because it's very spiteful.
Yeah, I got fast hands. You know, counter punching is my thing. A lot of the fighters that I watch, they're counter punchers, but I got very heavy hands at the same time, so it's kind of a blessing. Yeah.
So we touch on that then. So who would you say your influences in the sport are?
To watch back, you mean? Yeah. James Toney, Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones Jr., Larry Holmes, currently Errol Spence, who's not so much of a counter-puncher. He is quite come forward, but I just love his fundamentals, you know, how basic he is.
Speaking of Errol Spence then, if he does fight Crawford, who have you got for that?
It's a very, very close fight. But I got Spence. At that weight class, I got Spence.
Why?
I don't think Terence has fought anyone as big and strong as Spence. And I know like muscles don't win fights, but Errol knows how to use his size, and he's got a very high work rate. So even if you are outboxing him, he might win the round just by being busier than you.
Okay.
You know, understand what I'm trying to say? So yeah, that's what I think.
Sorry, we've kind of like digressed there, but it's an interesting boxing match that we want to see. Yeah. So let us know. Obviously, you've said the amount of bouts that you've had, the knockout ratio as well, which is higher than the amount of bouts that you had. So that's always a good start. What shows have you boxed on before, and how important is it then to come to a platform, Boxer Sky Sports?
So out of my 11 fights, I've had 9 with Steve Goodwin. I was on small hall shows with Steve Goodwin. Then I had 1 on BT with Martin Bowers. That was on David Adelaide's undercard at York Hall. Then I had 1 on a TM14 show in Essex, which was another small hall show. So I haven't got a promotional deal with anyone. I was kind of pursuing that with BT and Queensbury, but yeah, I've had anyway, yeah, so I'm here now, and God willing all goes well, then I'll be walking away with a contract this weekend.
So you know, when you talk about that, and you've been through the small hall circuit, small hall is something that, you know, I've been involved in as well, because I like that, because we see a lot of talent that doesn't necessarily get that airtime that they deserve. Does that put then that kind of, I don't know, a bit more pressure on you to like really get this win?
Yeah, but at the same time, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Me and the 7 other fighters, like obviously no one's got a promotional contract. A lot of guys have had less fights than me. We're all small hall, really. No one's got promotion to do it anywhere else. So I don't think it puts any more pressure on me than anybody else, really. But for myself, yeah, I feel pressure that this is a big opportunity for me to, you know, take my career to the next level. Yeah.
Because it is that kind of like last man standing, dog eat dog. You know when you go in there, you have to win.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm already signed. I'm not saying that you go in there with a lapsy-daisy attitude anyway and think, oh, I'll be on the next card.
Yeah.
But there's just that little bit more pressure of, okay, I've got to this platform. You wait till you see those bright lights, the crowd, you know, the way that the platform's set up.
Yeah.
You're going to get a taste for that, and you aren't going to want to lose it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you didn't say, but the best thing about this competition is we've got live opponents. Everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
There's no,
That's what I mean.
you know, stay busy, stay ready fight. Everyone wants to win, so everyone's just as hungry as each other. So that's what's going to be, you know, so good for the fans at home tuning in.
So then how do you see it going? Obviously, you know, you're going to back yourself. You've got to back yourself. But against your opponent, how do you see that first fight going?
Just looking at his build, his demeanour, and I've watched a few of his fights. He's going to come forward, maybe high guard. I don't think he's going to try and box with me. I feel like I've probably got a lot more tools than he has. We both punch hard, but I feel like that's the only thing we got in. That's the same thing we've got. Everything else, I feel speed, boxing IQ, defense is on me.
And how important is that boxing IQ, especially when you're under pressure to perform? You've got to think on your feet, literally. If he comes forward, how are you going to evade his punches? You said you're a counter puncher, so that means you might have to take one to give a couple.
Yeah, and I'm prepared for all of that, you know. Like, I've had really good sparring. I spar a lot of guys that fight like him, to be honest. So I'm well prepped. I'm well prepared.
So then, in relation to that, thank you so much for your time. Let people know what your socials are so they can get behind you and follow your journey.
Yeah, so I'm only on Instagram, and it's Ellis_Zorro. So ELLIS_ZORRO. So give me a follow and support my journey.
Thank you very much for your time and all the best on Saturday. Good luck. I think you'll do that.
Yeah.
His energy's off. Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.